hair, but we are in game number 3. I accidentally hit close game as I was trying to close the notification that I had called Lumi. Thank you very much, Skype, on that. Lumi, how you doing, by the way? That was a terrible
I'm good.
segue. I'm sorry, but Skype really ruined that one for me.
No problem. I hope I'm not muted.
No, I hear you, bro. I hear
All
you.
right, we're good. We're good. All right, the draft is on the way, and as we mentioned in the last game, the draft is a very, very important part of this game. MVP.Phoenix start things up by taking out both OD and Shadow Demon. None of that double save shenanigan, because they just didn't get to play the Dota that they wanted to play, which is run over.
Yeah, because up to this point, it was feeling like MVP was like, we're going to play our game, we're going to do our MVP thing, and not... I'm sure they respect their opponents, but based on the draft, it didn't really look like it, but now they are, and they respect it just the way Secret respect them. Banning out the silencer does allow an Oracle to slip through, and I want to say that this might be the first Oracle of the day, for me at least, so we'll have to see. It's been a lot of fun, and, well, it definitely limits a lot of heroes from being picked up. What was once a very popular Bat Rider might not look so good anymore, Lumi.
And Omni Knight. We've been seeing a couple of those combined with Terrorblade, for example. Not going to happen, or at least I don't think should happen, because Oracle counters that one out as well. And also the offlane Darkseer. Good luck getting your Iron Shell shenanigans going there. It's not going to work.
Yeah, that's probably part of the reason that this hero is seriously on the up and up. I mean, some few, you know, really saw the potential. I mean, when he first came out, he was absolutely ridiculous. If you're talking about the whole false promise with the invis with like the 10-second cooldown, that was when it was out of control. Then they nerfed him down a bit, and then, you know, to some, they looked at him, they're like, he's a bit complex. I don't even know how to, you know, I don't even know what his abilities do. I don't know which abilities what. But now that people are, you know, once he came into captain's mode, obviously they want to learn the hero, and his true potential has really been unleashed. And what do you think, Lumi? Do you think he's in a good spot? Do you think that it deserves some attention now from the Mighty Frog to maybe nerf him down a bit?
I think so. I think he's... I mean, the way that MVP picked it, it doesn't really fit particularly with their playstyle, like per se, where they just run in and get kills. But with that, he does have the high burst damage. We talked about how he kind of limits what your opponents can draft because he counters so many of the hero pool. You also have to worry if your puppy, like suddenly Oracle Huskar is the thing, that's something you have to prepare against. And he's just so good at saving people as well. So yes, I do believe this hero requires a nerf. Interestingly that we see Team Secret taking out the Darkseid themselves. Faceless Void is already picked, but I guess they're expecting Faceless Void to be a safe lane.
That is really where he's been seeing most of his time recently, too, which is surprising. I mean, come TI, it was the top pickup to go in the offlane for sure. But yeah, as of recent, Manta Diffusal, safe lane farming Faceless Void has pretty much been on repetition here. So can't help but acknowledge that Secret, by the way, picked up the greatest hero in the game, of course, Keeper of the Light. You know, a formidable support, Puppy, one of the best at it. Should be a good time.
The winning team did play safe lane Void every time they got it, so
yeah,
you know, Shadow Void is definitely what they're calling him now. We'll see if he's going to be going for the Lincoln spill that, you know, he went for. Keeper Light, good hero. Mana Leak is not going to be as annoying this game though, as you can actually get rid of it with the Oracle debuff. What else can the hero do?
Yeah, right. Oh, going for the
Fortune Stand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? He's also quite good against Kunkka. You see somebody getting X, pop that Face Edict on him, and no magic damage shall be taken on that hero.
It's quite ridiculous.
God dang, this hero is actually just so good.
I love him in Overthrow too. I've been abusing him in Overthrow, straight ags and just sniping all the kills. But like I'm one of like 20 people who play that game still, so it's quite unfortunate. But
I like it.
PA is going to be picked up here, this time by Secret, not MVP. So we'll be interested to see what they can do with it. This is no 4-position shenanigans here. Seems to be a clear-cut, straightforward core. And, you know, something that we used to see Forev play, I would imagine, quite a bit. So seeing him play it now with a Secret jersey, interesting. And yeah, should be a good time.
And this is the first time I've seen Dobu being playing Bounty Hunter as well. To me, this is his signature hero. I think he's best at roaming supports. And he generally even starts boots first on Bounty Hunter, depending on whether the warding goes well or not. Maybe not. The Orb of Venom build probably a little bit better. He's gonna have a tough time here actually getting kills against PA mid though, especially if he skills Blur at level 2, expecting these backstabs from happening. It's gonna be a fairly kind of tempo-heavy game here for MVP. They could actually pick up quite a bit of kills and ward off a lot of the team secret pressure as well. I do want to talk about quickly between Orgo and PA, as they have quite a bit of back and forth. Obviously, you can Fate's Edict the PA and just lock her out of attacking early on, because she is disarmed. But she's actually one of the best heroes against Orgo because how quickly you could burst down a single support. Sometimes you could catch Orgo, busy healing other teammates. You come in from the backside, a dagger, a blink strike, and he's dead with a crit or two. So
yeah,
the two heroes kind of counteract each other quite well.
And more often than not, I'm seeing PA do those ridiculous crits where she just insta-deletes flimsy little oracles or any support, and you can't help but just get in their face and be like, I bet you didn't see that one coming. It's just ridiculous. So we'll see. Secret, maybe they've been praying to RNGs and something will work out for him here. Timbersaw being the follow-up, I imagine that should be the mid-one grab. We saw him do wonderful work with this on Fnatic back at TI, and it just kind of matches the high tempo pace. I mean, I can't help but feel like it's a little like you got a keeper on one side who, when I look at a keeper, and I don't know how if you look at the keeper the same way I do, and I know we both love the hero, so we look at him lovingly, but he's like slow, can like draw games out, but that seems a bit conflicting with you having now a PA and a Timbersaw. I know he has a lot of tools that just bring to the game, but I couldn't help but notice that it's just going to be a bit interesting to see that the pacing he wants to go out is different.
I think Keeper is actually an offensive workhorse if you play him right. I mean, like Chakra Magic is going to do wonders for Timbersaw and PA. I've definitely seen where you go actively gank with Keeper and you use his ultimate as a homing beacon to call in people. That's like, hey, look, PA showing on the bottom. He's farming. There's no ganking PA. Suddenly he's top because of Keeper. So it depends on how you play it. Very few people do play him very offensively. Let's see how Puppy's going to do.
You know what? Actually, I was looking at it, and I think Pi is going to be playing this keeper, and I think.
Puppy's on the roaming Kunkka.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I was like the same way. I'm like, I'm just so used to puppy coddle, but it's like no, Pi plays it too. And the funny thing is that I initially really liked Pi a lot. I didn't know who he was, much about him, or even what he looked like, but his Twitter had Keeper of the Light as the avatar, and actually I think it still does. And I was like, I like this guy already, so I know he plays a really good coddle based on that alone. Their final pickup is going to be the Storm, who also happens to synergize wonderfully with the Keeper. Does tell me now, obviously, it's not going to be the mid-1 Timber, though. Now mid-1 Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
Fair enough. I hope he doesn't go for the same Orchid build, although it might work much better here this game, because Orchid first versus Orgo, you zip on him every single fight and make sure that he does not see the light of day. But we'll see. We'll see how they take the game. MVP, they need a final mid hero that has a bit of burst. You want some burst to take down the Timber. Burst goes a long way combining with the Orgo, who already has a lot of that. And of course, with Axe, you also want more burst. But we're going to go back with the Huskar Orgo instead.
Oh no. Suddenly a wild Huskar appears. Oh, this is crazy. But typically PA is not terrible against the Huskar. I guess it just depends if she's able to kind of... I mean, if Huskar has his way, PA will be nothing at that point in time. But if she's able to build up into something special, she could have a say in a square-off match against the Huskar. This is going to be a doozy, and I couldn't help but giggle a bit there because I was thinking, brilliant little synergy. Can't forget the Coddle benefiting like the double dagger play coming out from PA. That might be a bit of a doozy in the early game. That'd be a lot of fun to see.
That is actually quite a bit of fun. Also, between PA and Huskar, I feel like whoever jumps first loses the fight, the man fight. Because when Huskar jumps at PA could easily disengage whenever she wants with a via blink strike. If PA jumps into Huskar, boy, you better become packing heat, because Huskar wins that 1v1 unless you have friends around. So we shall see. I think Silver Edge is going to be a big item, both sides as well. You shut down PA as well as Huskar. Yeah, a lot of funny little interactions both ways. You mentioned the Chakra Magic double dagger, but also I think Oracle is going to make this Huskar like a Superman, as he always does.
Yeah.
So
I wonder. I actually didn't catch the final bans there, and I couldn't help but think, obviously I had forgotten I mean, I guess we were caught up on talking about Coddle a lot, talking about all the other things that I didn't even think of the Huskar at all, and I can't help but wonder if Secret didn't think about the Huskar at all, and MVP managed to snag this one up, or if it was something that Secret had already considered and were willing to welcome into this game 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel this game is the most even draft that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
But Team Secret, they've ran a lot of Huskar strategies, and they played against a lot of Huskar strategies. So I'm pretty sure they had it in mind. And honestly, I think this lineup is actually quite capable of dealing with it. Timbersaw with a ton of peer damage. You got PA with a kind of burst physical that could go through the Berserker's blood. So I think they are well equipped and well prepared.
Now, how about the potential laning setup here? I would likely imagine that we will once again be blessed by Velo going to the off lane. Actually, well, last time he went straight to the jungle, and they just straight up sacked the off lane altogether. Is that something we could likely be seeing again here? Is that worth it to him? I mean, that would just leave what I imagine being the PA to kind of her own devices there in the bottom lane.
I think PA might be going mid. Well, the last hero that's not selected right now is what? I'm forgetting already.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Did you forget it?
You
too?
totally. Oh my God! It's you know.
It's not OD.
It's definitely not OD. Oh, it's Storm. It's Storm. That's right.
It's Storm. Okay.
I didn't even look at chat. I knew that one. I pulled it out. Okay.
All right. All right.
I got so
I'm
caught up in
thinking...
still thinking mid one was Timber. That totally threw everything off. But what are you thinking? It's gotta be Storm mid, I'd imagine, right?
No, I think Storm mid is gonna get wrecked by Huskar, right? I think you do the lane dodge here.
Yeah.
So you do the Stifling Dagger PA, you take the Blur at level 2, and hopefully, the Flame Spearman doesn't wreck you that hard. So I think you do the Storm safe lane. You still put mid one on it because he's so good on the hero. And then Velo probably will dodge. Well, he'll dodge both Storm and PA. I think he's gonna have a tough time. Even though PA looks like, oh, it's a melee hero, I could run up, at him and do fine. Keep in mind that Karo's gonna be there. You're gonna get leaked and you're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
So Velo likely to jungle.
He can go to the jungle and have a happy little time there. I don't obviously foresee too much Coddle roaming around. Coddle will be happy because then it's like, oh, I could just do the pull camp thing and I'll be here by myself and I could just do that and I will get fast levels real, and we know how much Coddle benefits from just getting so much early XP and getting those levels fast. Having a level 3, chakra magic so much sooner. I would imagine he wouldn't probably put too much into Mana Leak early if he doesn't even have a off-lane opponent to really go against. So he'll have Blast that much sooner, he'll get Farm that much sooner, and that's when he gets closer to that very tasty, juicy Agnum Scepter. So, well, I wonder what that means for the Kunkka, if he is going to try to, make an impression in the mid lane or roam around and try to keep tabs on the Axe. I know we're like totally theory crafting this whole early laning phase. I know, it was like someone had to go take a deuce or something. Oh, it looks like we're back. Okay. Away we go.
Goes mid one.
All right.
Also, I'm curious what build Puppy's gonna go for. We've been seeing even the supports going the max Tidebringer build these days to output more damage. I feel that X is gonna be a very important skill this game though, so maybe we're gonna see a little bit more traditional with the X max. Fabby already positioned a get away, Puppy. No warding here for you.
Yeah, that's a good feeling for Fabby. He's like, yes, all right. They can't come in here. They can't come into my house and drop that ward. Now they already have their own ward down. They would see any sort of infiltration like that, and he can keep that pole camp sacred and kind of be in the know-how if there's going to be any rotation. So Febby's in for a good time now, and it looks like
Storm's going mid.
Storm is going mid. Is he going mid?
Okay. Yeah, he's got the mid items. He doesn't have any tangos.
You're right.
So, all right, he's confident versus the Huskar matchup. Normally, you just avoid it like the plague, but
all right,
I can't help but think that.
I can't. I want to avoid those freaking spears every time I'm around him.
Look, if you look at QO, he's expecting a PA matchup. He's got the magic wand. Like,
he's ready for daggers coming his way.
Yeah.
But not the case. Okay. Maybe that's just secret. Like, well, if he's not extra prepared for Storm, maybe they're just confident enough in mid one skills. I'm pretty sure that's what EG's model was also, like through TI5, like pulling out Storm even at times where it looked like Storm wasn't really even a thing. They were just confident enough in Sumail's capability that it'd be, he'll be able to win the lane more often than not. maybe they have the same faith in mid one. We'll see.
Fair enough. The other problem with Storm going mid is the fact that it makes Bounty Hunter ganks suddenly more of a reliable thing. Bounty Hunter going mid against PA, you know, should keep Blink Strike away or get a dagger to your face. But we shall see. Mid one is going to get himself an extra 100 gold though. Nice D-War coming through.
That's nice. He's winning right now. But he's got to be careful because it's not just Huskar, it's also Bounty Hunter who dropped his own sentry. Convenient puppy show though as he pops on in with a torrent and with a dust. Not getting close enough though to be able to do the work. It goes for a torrent. Nice backpedal there by Dubu. It's going to be able to avoid it. That was such a surprise play there by Puppy. Very nice interjection.
I gotta say, I'm taking notes right now with Puppy's sentry ward placement. Like, the enemy bounty would never find this one, right? We've been through the trees. He already dropped one sentry. He's like, where the hell is this? Generally, what you want to do as bounty is you run there, you drop your sentry, you eat third sentry with a tango, but you're not gonna find this. 6th spot.
Good win right there for Puppy, and Dubu is just going to have to be left wondering if he should hang around and try to go for the sentry again or just make an impression elsewhere. It seems like it could be the latter as he heads up to the top. As expected, as we were talking about during the pause, Velo is straight to the jungle and starting his farm path there. That will leave the lane totally open for Forev to be farming on his Timber Sword. Yeah. That's
what I was going to say. He could have had that 1v1. I mean, he played the other side last time and he got the first kill. Maybe he feels like, look, this is not a favorable matchup for me. So, meanwhile, Kyo gets first blooded by mid one. He's gonna get the return kill with the fireburn damage, but I imagine Puppy had a hand in that one with a torrent landing.
Yeah, still creeping around. He managed to pop a torrent there onto QO, and I guess QO decided to man up there. Did get the, kill there in the end with the help of the Flaming Spear's dot damage, but obviously going down first, handing over the XP first to mid one is not the best thing ever, but mid one is also sharing XP with Puppy here and there, so they are still matching out pretty evenly. Dubu already guarding out the rune. He'll grab it himself. That prompts the dust. That prompts the X into a torrent. Oh, Dubu waiting for the rune, but Secret were waiting for an opportunity to catch him waiting. I think. That's not what you think.
No, that's correct. That's correct. And honestly, he shouldn't be surprised by that. Puppy had already popped one dust chasing him earlier, right? So, meanwhile, on the bottom here, Forev gets a solo kill. Apparently, Timber beats Axe. Confirmed here by both players.
Yep, that is not working out to be a favorable matchup, and that might be the last time we could see him in that lane, as he probably heads back to the jungle to look for better farm opportunities there. Speaking of making a return here, Dubu back in the mid lane, but again, he will quickly realize that there's still a sentry in that mid lane, and he cannot sneak in there and get any sort of jabs.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Puppy's making Dubu look silly right now, just shutting him down cold. This bounty, we are 3 minutes in, he's level 1.5. And great.
He will definitely be watching the replay and being like, where was that frickin' ward at? Okay, here we go. Torrent connection here for QO. Does some good damage, but QO welcomes the damage and looks to turn to mid one. Has to be careful though. Another torrent connection could lead to some trouble.
He does have a magic wand. I think he's using that to perhaps bait Secret from to come in, but Secret obviously checking enemy items, should be aware of that situation. But right now, as I look at things, Febby has to really step up and carry, because we haven't actually seen Febby really just take over and carry the game. Generally, he's not put in a position that he has to do it, because, it's Velo as well as Kyo that's getting the more opportunities.
Oh, mid one now, caught between three. The spears begin to come out, and Kyo's going to be able to get it done. Now looks for Puppy here. It's a lot of burn damage. He would definitely need maybe another couple. Is it good enough? Is it good? Is he roasted? Is he toasted? Is he burnt? He's burnt. Oh, that sounded painful. All right. Puppy goes down, and suddenly the game's back even, 3-3.
Okay, maybe Febby doesn't need to carry, but earlier it was looking like, Kyo's getting shut down, Velo's getting shut down. But we're gonna need to see a big void regardless, because Kyo is gonna have his hands full being the primary target of Secret. He's gonna get focused every single fight.
I'm totally like right there with you. Like I've noticed that kind of a trending thing for MVP is that they always seem to have this power 3 core here. Well, top lane one of those cores, Febby, able to sidestep the blast. The Fate Stick did come in just in time, it would appear, and now the heals begin to come out. But they always seem to have those 3 cores, like each kind of matching up with each other. Febby's, on the silencers, He was on the Drow Ranger with, you know, that kind of interesting build-up, but I mean, he's not like the one-man show kind of core carry. So MVP just had this balance between this trinity, and it seems to be working out for the most part. But we'll have to see if it works out here for Game 3.
Yeah, I've only seen Febby, you know, step up to that ultra core position in rare circumstances. I think he played a Spectre versus Fnatic in MPGL Season 8, and he carried pretty hard in that game. But you're done. Mid one in the mid lane is gonna get jumped. He's only level 4. QO hits level 6, but it looks like he's gonna die here as great TP from Forev, extending his lead here, picks up a kill.
We're hoping to see if the Dubu Bounty Hunter was also going to be in the area. Not the case, as Dubu head out the back door, but yeah, nice quick prompt rotation. Looks like they were expecting, just in case, a Valiant jump in from QO. They would have a TP at the ready, which allowed the Timbersaw to kind of make his move and his first real impression outside of the bottom lane. This does open up the bottom lane for Velo to kind of quickly get back on track as he's about to get to his level 7. Obviously not the gross early farm that he had in his previous game, but nonetheless still looking to make track and try to get underway towards that Blink Dagger. QO back at the mid lane now, and we'll see. As he gets closer to this armlet, Huskar begins to take off eventually, and then we'll have to see where QO goes from there.
Yeah. My question is, how is mid one going to get this last level to level 6 as well? Sentry already being dropped puppy with these creative Sentry placements. They will see Dubu coming in. Is that a kill? Sentry and then a drop again. They will find a ward for trouble, but here comes Velo. They want to kill here. Going on mid one. Mid one gonna get taunted, but is Huskar jumping? Huskar isn't gonna get into that really death. Forev now chasing them away. Mid one's still very healthy. QO perhaps a little bit too deep. Will get chopped by Forev. Oh my god.
Now Forev, though, he also goes down. Ryzen's able to kind of blast him apart with the help of the Purifying Flames, but then they quickly focus onto him, making Chase blast flying through. It's a puny little blast, but it's good enough to be able to add an extra bit of peppering damage. Mid one will get the last hit in, and that is Secret picking it right back up as they make a 3-for-1 trade. A great rotation in by Forev, but even though he does go down, he certainly helped turn that fight right back and around. They need that Timbersaw there for this Huskar.
I believe all 5 Secret play were there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Fight. With Pi showing up there at the end, that was all 5. Oh no, yeah, that was all 5.
They definitely need to. Oh, bottom is Dubu gonna get MP. Needed 1 crit, whether it's a dagger crit or a blink strike crit. Did not get it. But. See, I'm always somewhat scared when I see Huskars being picked and they just start dying in the early game. It generally does not bode well. Because to me, he's one of the most momentum-based heroes.
Yeah,
but
he's even worse than Drow by far. Like, definitely just probably the most highest momentum-dependent kind of a hero in the game, I would say. So with that, they have a quota to meet, an armlet that should be in line, and obviously he will hit a huge power spike at that, and then you wait for the follow-up when your Oracle's able to get the False Promise online, and then it's time to go here if you're MVP. And if they're able to balance that together, along with this track coming out from the Bounty Hunter, I mean, you could tell they kind of put this all together so that they hit this huge monster moment. You know, Axe Blink on top of that too, Chronosphere. Like, it all needs to happen at once, or yeah, Secret will just take the game right back, and MVP will not have much say in the matter.
Yep. It seems like Febby is not going to be going for any kind of core physical right-click build. He's going for the Vlad, so Febby once again playing the semi-carry row and putting most of the heavy lifting here on QO. And this is all QO, right? Because Velo's not going to be carrying that hard with an axe either. But like you said, it's a timing game here for MVP. And whether they're going to kind of tie things together in the next 5 minutes, we have to wait and see.
All right, little jump behind there by Forev. Spots out Febby. Febby will excuse himself from the lane and go back to where the creeps belong. And we check out back and below. We've had a free lane here for QO for quite a while, so I'm sure they're kind of passing the memo along that mid one has also been missing, as he's gone and taken business in the jungle on the side. He's also going to reach a good moment where he can kind of find some business elsewhere on the map. Ball Lightning is up, and I would imagine with his next level, we'll probably go for the Vortex and consider some new opportunities in the horizon. But,
yep. I wonder if MVP is starting to think about Roshan. It's a very obvious move at this around stage of the game. So Secret should be very aware of it as well. Looks like MVP is going to invade the jungle, maybe put a stop here to the Storm jungling. Puppey did actually end up going for the battle build. Tidebringer max so far.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Comes with that, and like I would imagine the armlet buildup. And well, he's got a battle sooner than he wants though, as he gets caught on the bad side of a call. Both just fly through, but so does the dunk. And that's gonna get Velo to nab. Here comes Forev looking to make the jump on the Febby. Speaking of jumps, there's QO moving on in, looking to go for MP. Brightest light ever blocking my screen right now, but there goes QO. False Promise is going to hit up, and Pi has to run on back. But that burn so hard. Will it be enough for the takedown? No. Yes, it will. Well, one last right click, we'll get it from Febby. Meanwhile, Forev will get that finish onto Huskar. A 3-for-2 trade. And Febby needs 10 more seconds before he can get a nice time dilation. Okay, all right then. Fair enough. Time walk to the high ground. X, pullback from Puppey. Time dilation, Febby running away, man, making him work for it. Dubu's here now, and we'll start dishing out some track. Adds with the move speed, and that will allow Febby to make it away. Woo.
I'm not sure whether you saw the Chrono beginning of the fight. It hit absolutely nothing. Kunga was just on the edge of it. I think he wanted to get Kunga on the edge so the axe could keep on right-clicking. But we call that a zoner. Hopefully Febby does not zone for the rest of the game, and we actually put heroes in the Chrono. Also in that last team fight, we see how good Keeper of Light is versus Huskar. Like Blinding Light with the mana leak on top. Huskar already has a mana issue as it is, because, you know, his only spells cost 170 mana, and the hero does not build mana.
Yeah,
Huskar?
he is always in a position where he likes to chase pretty often, and the chasing doesn't really happen once you're mana leaked up. So that is being just pushed all over the place by Blinding Light. It's going to be tough, and I don't foresee him kind of making his way towards any sort of way of really kind of dealing with the blind either. So this is, we'll have to see. QO, you can feel it as they head again down south, looking for opportunities. They know that they need to kind of be able to begin to take tier 1 to control these fights, but oh my god. All right, well, they're dead for sure, and this is going to be Secret turning the corner now. Kiwo's stuck in a bit of an awkward spot, but here comes the jump in from Febby. 10 seconds, though, before Chrono's going to be up. Forev happy to dance right through him, but with the spears continuing to chunk on out, they will be able to burn through the Timber Saw and take him down. All right, that's a nice nab, but losing both your supports to start things off, unfortunately, doesn't make it too good. But Puppey's looking to sweep in now, and they'll eventually get the burst on the Pi. Now Febby on the run back. Forev not done yet. Looking to rush on in, and okay.
God.
What happened there? Purifying Flames, he gets bursted up. It looked like he went for the heal with Fate's Edict, but just too much burst.
Yeah, Fate's Edict only blocks magic damage. It's not block pure damage. And Forev was like, okay, I'm a Timbersaw.
Yeah.
I got nothing but pure damage. Here it comes. So one thing that the Huskar player can do versus the Keeper of Light is you wait for those spells to be casted on you, the Blinding Light as well as the Mana Leak, and then you use your jump, because your jump puts you magic immune in the middle of your jump. So essentially debuffs all those bad negative stuff off of you, and you get to play. But generally you kind of have to just initiate the fight by jumping in, so Kato wins, as Kato always wins.
I have to assume at the end of the day, MVP cannot feel satisfied with where they are in the game right now. I mean,
no.
Certainly need to be on the up and up. I mean, it obviously goes without saying the stigma is there. You have a Huskar, you have to really be the ones in control, but I've only been seeing Secret really kind of taking the best moments in these skirmishes. And here they are looking to go on the offensive once again. Kyo needs to be careful here. Look at that. Offensive setup from Pi, bumping back with the Blinding Light. Allows Forev to shred on forward here. QO going to be going down, and they make it look effortless, and they will just walk out and away. Just the tag team taking out the biggest power hitter, and where all the eggs are put in on the Huskar basket. Secret totally in control.
I mean, when you see the Keeper of the Light running into a Huskar to initiate a fight, that is not a good sign for MVP. And that goes back to what we talked about. Like, you can't always rely on QO, because QO will get targeted out and shut down. Sometimes Febby needs to step up. And it looks like at least the team's decision is not having to step up, at least not right now. Vlad's finish, no signs of any Blaze of Alacrity, no Yasha, no Diffuser Blade. And honestly, again, back to this Timbersaw, is there any answer They have no burst damage to kill him.
The problem is they have so much trouble with these four. The boat flies forward, and Forev just does utter destruction with the boat also connecting. QO will get the false promise. He's going to try to do his damage to stay alive, but look at him. Caught in a chakra, too much damage. He is down for sure. MP has shown himself in the fight, and he said that you had to worry about the rest of my team, but I am finally here to play. And he squares up, gets a nice, cute little crit onto his former teammate, and sends Febby away. And this is not boding well. QO goes down once again. They're finally able to bring down the timber saw, but the point I was going to make before the fight broke out is they were having enough trouble with everyone else. MP wasn't even getting involved, but now he's involved, and he has a Desolator.
Yeah. And the nice thing about him is he gets to play like a Spectre the whole game, where he could just farm, and then as the fight breaks out, Pai's going to call him in. And that's why he doesn't need to be involved, but he's always involved. Same thing with the Storm, so it's rough here looking for MVP. And Febby might actually die. 5 heroes on the Radiant side surrounding him. Oh yeah, they're all here.
Torrent to chain through, to jump in from mid one. It's just nowhere feeling safe now for MVP. As just look at these wards too from Secret, just littered throughout the mid lane. Viewage up and above the Roche towards the ancient camp. They'll see Dubu come down. They already pinged out his ward. Oh, MVP is just going to be shut in the dark here soon. And with the momentum just continuing to slow down. I mean, that period I was hoping for, you know, I was calling out for, the Axe, the Blink Dagger coming online, the Chrono, the track money, none of this happened. None of it, unfortunately, for MVP.
Well, the thing is, they have the tools to do it. They just haven't actually found the time to do it, because it's Secret that's actually driving the tempo. Secret is saying, okay, we're going to fight now. We're going to fight here. And by the way, we're going to always fight when one of you is dead, because they're so good at just getting these quick kills with Timbersaw. Whereas MVP, you know, they can't even group up and smoke. Okay, they finally have done it, but I believe Secret is aware of it.
Well, let's see. I mean, MVP can't help but feel like they're reaching a bit here, but they'll let Dubu head out in front, but Secret are a little further away, hanging around the mid lane, still kind of rendezvousing together. They are going to go for their own smoke play here. All right, interesting enough. No Secret.
Okay.
Comb up and around, but as we all know, MVP far from there. So it looks like teams just kind of doing the classic do-side-do around each other. Unless Dubu heads up this way, and it looks like we could have some action. Puppy's in Viz, but he has a sentry, so they spot out Dubu. They're going to pop the dust. They move on in. Bebby shows himself, can't decide if he wants to pop out the Chrono yet. We'll go for the time dilation, then pops out the Chrono, looking to go for mid one. Cubo jumps to the low ground, but man, Torrent and the boat and the blast all coming out. Secret going for their own response. The false promise will be there for QO. How much damage is he going to be able to get off, though? Is he going to be alive? He's good. Stays alive, looks to go for mid one. Blast continue to chunk out, though, for Pi. And Forev brings in the deeps with the double kill now. They get through 4. They're going for Febby to make it 5. With the mana leak, he may not be getting away. He goes down. That's all 5 out. They only get mid one.
Oh my god. It was such a disaster. Did you see that Husk card? Okay, the Chrono happened on the Storm. It was only on the Storm. And it looked pretty good because the Storm was on the edge of the Chrono, right? So QO says, alright, good Chrono. Let me jump in and just go to work. Apparently when he jumped, he also jumped into the Chrono. Chrono was not that good. And then after the Chrono ended, his teammate disarmed him. So he literally just has an attack. And then after all of that ended, he just died. Good beats. MVP, I don't see them coming back in this game without some kind of big miracle. Dubu going for D-Ward, but
even then, the disrespect from Pi, just don't even go for that. Hits him up with a Blinding Light, the mana leak. He loses all of his mana, and because he's ridiculed like that, he'll walk away. And now Secret control the Roche, and they know that that's what they need to go for next. And with a sentry down, they will get rid of the MVP high ground ward, and it's all on the Roche for them.
I mean, if you look at Dire Vision, there is no Dire Vision. I don't see anything. Meanwhile, Radiant has at least appropriate vision of where they want to see next, which is a Roshan pit, like we mentioned. And QO is being hunted.
Alright, here comes trouble, and just like that, he loses pretty much 3/4 of his life. QO realizes he's in a bad spot, and he's got to get back and away here. A jump in does come out from Bello. They'll go for MP. But that leads to a 2-man Torrent, a 2-man Blast, but no boat connection there. Debbie jumps back out and away, but it's focused on Forev here as he jumps way behind the MVP team. They're going to be able to get the call off. Self-Lotus, but there's going to be the chrono, only to hold Forev and to keep the others back, I suppose. But nonetheless, it gets the finish for the Timber. MVP feeling like this is their best opportunity to come back. They will look for any opportunity to move on forward. But
here's the problem. He's back right now. 5 seconds. They have a chrono to call him back into. So I don't know what opportunity they got from that kill. And they wasted the chrono for that kill. They're going to try to go into Roshan, but yes,
this
back.
is ambitious. Very ambitious for MVP. Because Secret, as mentioned, are back, and they're moving in. Velo with little mana to work with. Febby with no chrono. Okay, to the high ground. We've seen this before. Febby up and above, but Huskar will be able to jump down. So will Febby, thank goodness. But this false promise, we'll see how long-lived it's going to be. Eating some damage now. Mid-1 looking to jump up behind. MP will be able to slice down Ryzen, takes him apart. QO caught between the rest of Secret, and that's going to lead to the Roche. I don't think MVP are going to be holding out in this game too much longer, Lumi. This is a secured Aegis, and Secret can do as they please in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was the best shot. You know, they focused Timber. They recognized that he's the biggest issue, that the person that he can't kill. But the problem is, they did it so late into the game that his Bloodstone charges are so high. I think he's died twice, 3 times this game since his Bloodstone, and he still has a 12 charge Bloodstone. That's just how big of a game that, you know, he's been having.
It's been
and
really,
he's only gonna get harder to kill.
It's been really a lot of Timbersaw. The Timbersaw show. I mean, he warranted a serious amount of respect, and he deserves so through TI, but it seems like he's still in such a great place right now. I imagine he's just going to be possibly one of the power picks for this tournament throughout this event. We saw him in every game today, right? I want to say so. Man.
Yeah, every time I look over my screen, there's a Timber zap. The thing is, as much as I see these big Timber games, I also see Timbers just get shut down and just do nothing. Again, it just goes down to the draft. The last pick for MVP, I kept saying they need some burst damage to combine with their axe. You need to burst down the Timber, magic or physical. Nobu's gonna get caught.
Man, he lost nearly half of his life from Kai's blast alone, and then sure enough, Puppy will be right behind him to catch him with the X. That only leads to his immediate demise. And now he's out of the equation for about 30 seconds. So here comes Secret now, confidently outside the front door of MVP's home. Looking to close things out. Looking to take game 3 and get into the upper part of the playoffs, of the bracket, putting them into a top seed. But they're taking it slow. Look at this. Oh no, never mind. Simple X.
Yeah, they don't want to give any towers.
Yeah, relieve away the pressure. They have 2 ways to mini, and this is a couple of times we've seen that, the Kunkka and Coddle pairing together. I mean, you can really go anywhere you want, and you have an Uber waiting for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He really is, actually. Oh, the double dagger, did you see that?
Yep, it's wonderful. I love it. Please do more.
No crits. No crits.
I want to see more. Please, give MP Chakra Magic. There it is. All right. Double dagger, double dagger, double dagger, double dagger. Here we go.
Oh,
that's one. Get the next one.
It's 2. No
Again,
crits.
no crits, unfortunately. All right, bit of a bummer.
Well, the nice thing is, with PRD, they build upon each other. Oh, there you go. That's a crit.
Very nice. And just like that, they'll have to quickly bandage up the wounds here. Secret just kind of toying with them a bit, but obviously know they are well in control. And we'll dip on back. There is still one more outer tower here for MVP in this bottom lane. So Secret will get back to the grindstone here and be able to push it down. And at that point, MVP will be stuck inside. And Secret will look for ways to be able to infiltrate here. And I imagine they have some pretty good options, Lumi. Being able to siege in. I mean, it's like a lot of the other games, Forev can confidently jump in there and cause chaos, but we'll have to see. MVP. Oh man, did they get spotted? Hightlight did a blinding light and just pieced out there.
Oh, Forev doesn't care though.
Yeah, Forev didn't know what was happening. He just walked right into it, but turns into mid-1, grabbing up Dubu, who gets sliced up from Forev. Velo with a jump in. They'll follow it up with the Chrono. A lot of hate here to get mid-1. That's all for the Aegis. Bump back quelling. As a run back in, a blink out, MP on the back end of a false. Can he make it away? He's good. Now it's going to be on to Velo here. A jump in from mid-1. Meanwhile, Forev cleaning up elsewhere, and then they get the cleanup onto Ryzen. Forev with the triple. probably the final save for MVP as they clean house, a full 5-man wipe. Secret lose nobody, with the exception of the Aegis, and now we're looking to close things out.
Right. You know, when you talked about how MVP needs to come together and recognize that they have a timing lineup and just go for it, you know, the Chronosphere, the Huskar with the Armlet, and the Blink Axe, and they haven't, you know. The Bloodstone charges got built up, the Aegis got claimed, and eventually when they got their combo off, their advantage was so big on Secret side that it doesn't matter you get those quick kills. Secret comes right back. And you know, Secret didn't even need to do it this game, but they could always just buy back and have Pi to call them back in. And that would have been another way, you know, for them to reinforce the fight. Kato, what a hero.
Really is just the greatest freaking hero in the game, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, I mean, it's MVP. MVP going out in MVP fashion. In game number 3, they see the opportunity to go pretty much all in. The Huskar 5th pick grab. Something that Secret may have anticipated and prepared for. I mean, based on the play, it certainly seems so. But unfortunately for this case, MVP are not going to be able to just kind of be over aggressive and run through their opponents. Team Secret hold their own, man, and it's looking pretty good. I mean,
Yep.
They get the final save, and 31-13.
Oh, one more thing. This game, it wasn't just like Team Secret outdrafted them. I think they outdrafted the Huskar as well. But did you see how Kunkka just shut the heck down of the Bounty Hunter early on? Doobie had nothing going. It was like level 1 or level 2, like 5 minutes in the game. It was just multiple places where Kunkka outwarded him. There was multiple dust kills, and it was as a bounty player that was really hard to watch.
I guarantee, yeah, Dubu's probably hopping into the replay as soon as possible to figure out like where that mid lane sentry was. Puppy's placement of those warbs was ridiculous. And
Good stuff. Yeah.
We don't see Puppy play Bounty Hunter a lot, but he certainly knows how to play against it, and really shows it there. So with that, things fortunately trickle apart for MVP, and that's going to conclude this game now. So with that said, we're going to hop into our final series, which it is going to be taken over by the great duo of OD and Draskell. I'm going to be able to head out. Lumi, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. So please show your support and love to Lumi and hit him up on his Twitter and his Twitch. And, well, anything else you'd like to say before I throw things out?
No, thanks for having me. I enjoyed casting with you. I'll be back. I think I'll be casting with LD tomorrow, the day after, so I'm looking for that as well.
Whoa.
Thank you guys for watching.
Throwback, LD Lumi. I like it a lot. All right, guys, take care. Tune in for a fresh-faced OD and Draskell. I'm going to be going off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.